Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 13th of June, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar pushing higher, much as we expected yesterday. That dollar yen chart was really helping us sort of see this lead. So, dollar now pushing higher, so bullish on that short and medium term trend. The euro has turned weaker against the dollar. And looking at dollar against the yen, we're through that 110 level and looking stronger again. So rising dollar is very much the feature, and we're seeing sterling fall on that dollar strength, so that's weaker. And against the euro, sterling is fairly flat. And against the Swiss franc, also flat. Interestingly, on that sterling euro chart, we are just seeing downside targets, quite a lot of them. So it does suggest sterling has further to fall. And if we look at against the Swiss franc, fairly flat. Against the Aussie dollar, much the same. Against Bitcoin, we are seeing it's fairly having dropped really heavily on Sunday. We've just failed to recover, so Bitcoin looking bearish on all three charts. US markets, actually, stock markets generally have been pretty quiet. So little change over the last few days based on this everything we've seen on these North Korea negotiations. It's really the markets have just taken it fairly much in their stride. They haven't risen strongly on that, so that's quite interesting that the market's just sitting fairly still when there's lots of geopolitical news about. So all the US indices looking much the same as they were previously. The S&P futures up slightly. The Nasdaq E-mini futures up 0.2%. Does suggest the UK might open higher. FTSE was down yesterday, and also the 250. So UK stocks just slightly down, and German stocks also just struggling really to recover, and much the same with the French market. Japan was actually up 0.5% overnight, and the Hang Seng was actually down about 1%. So we're seeing falls in the Chinese market, and um, the Shanghai market still a worry. That has been the one market really concerning us. India was up about 1/3%, and the Aussie market was also down 0.5%. Crude oil is just falling back a bit. We've turned bearish on that short-term chart. We're sitting at $75 at the moment on Brent crude. We are entering the time of year, of course, where we do tend to see the second half being the less good performance, although last year that wasn't the case. But maybe this is the year we will see that. And looking at WTI, we're also seeing that's actually holding its bullish position better than Brent, and the spread is back below $10. US nat gas just fell back heavily yesterday, so back to $2.92. Gold is just struggling to break out at the moment, so we're sitting in 12.94 this morning. Just can't break that $1,300 level. And silver also just flat at the moment, but short term holding on to its trend. US 10-year yield sitting at 2.97% this morning, still in bull trend there. And German bond yields, German bonds, not the yield, the actual price. You can see here the sharp sell-off that we've seen, that continues. So the rise in bond yields is what we should expect. Tech stocks had a fairly good session last night. Apple up 0.5%. Amazon has been an incredibly strong performer through all of this, also up, and Google is up as well, and we saw Google up at 0.8%, quite a strong rising, and Facebook also back into the 190s, so that's looking strong as well, and Microsoft holding on to its $101 level. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.